intro roll, go grab a notebook, a pen and paper, because this is a big one and you're going to need to take a few notes about some actions and some points you're going to need to do with Facebook today. Well, hello and welcome to this Tips Tuesday session. For those of you who've not met me before, my name is Linda Reed-Enever. I am the founder and lead the impact team at Enever Group, the founder of Business, and Course Creator Circle, and I'm known as an ideas and marketing strategist that helps you get your ideas out of your head and take them to market. And hey, I played with one of those ideas this morning. I thought I'd come in and do a text introduction and then let the intro roll. So hopefully you've got a pen and paper with you this morning, because we're about to go through the updates and the changes in the world of Facebook since it became Meta. Since Facebook is part of Meta, but since Facebook has rolled out into the world of Meta, then there's been a bit, although it seems quiet recently, there's been a bit happen since the start of the year when it comes to Facebook. So there's a couple of things that I'm going to share with you along the way that will hopefully help you connect and make a better experience out of Facebook for you today. The first one that we're going to share this morning is Facebook is now introducing Marketplace for Business, and you're able to start seeing listings pop up in the business marketplace. Now, not everyone's got Marketplace from their business page, but there is the option to be able to look at putting listings in there. So do a little bit of reading. I'm going to put the link into the article from Facebook on that one. Do a little bit of reading. It's rolling out to different countries and it's rolling out to different page types. What I'm understanding from what I've read so far is it needs to be physical products. So if you've got something like a 5-minute marketing ideas deck, a business life planner, or a marketing product, something physical and tangible people can buy, just like Facebook shops, you'll be able to have the opportunity to cross post. And I do believe that Facebook are already starting to pull some stuff in from shops and have them listed in the marketplace as well. I mentioned in my last update around Facebook that Facebook is bringing in the opportunity to opt in for podcasts, and we can add our podcasts and our streams to our page. So if you're a podcaster or you're on a podcast, you can add your podcast to your page. Now, until now, we hadn't seen subscription for podcasts here in Australia, but it's now starting to roll out that you can head and subscribe to a podcast. So say, for example, you wanted to subscribe to my Talk podcast, you can do that. So if you haven't already, we need to go and add your podcast to your Facebook page. It's pretty simple. You grab your podcast RSS feed, you pop the link in, and you've got all the details you need to be able to add your podcast. Now, regardless of whether your page is open to Australian people can see it yet, if you're serving a global audience in the US and the UK, they can see this stuff. And we definitely want to be tapping into making sure that our podcast is out there on our Facebook page and another stream for you to be able to use. So there are two of the updates in relation to pages and getting in front of a wider audience that I wanted to share with you today. The other thing that Facebook has introduced, and this is a very, very cool hack, and I'm just going to quickly go and grab the little video that I've got for this. It's a very, very cool hack for you to be able to get started with. It's an opportunity now for you to customize your bios based on the Facebook group that you are in. And the reason that this is really, really cool is if you're representing more than one profile or more than one brand or more than one business, like I do, you've got the opportunity to be able to customize the profiles. And I've got a little YouTube shorts on how to do that. So I'm going to pop that one in there. So customizing your bio in Facebook groups is a big one. And, you don't even have to be representing different brands. You could be in a mum's group, and you don't want anyone in the mum's group, for example, to know what it is that you do in business. So you want to talk about your kids and connections and how you do things. This is a really good opportunity for you to optimize your profile for networking and take that just a little bit further along the way. So I would go and have a really good look at, optimizing your profiles, especially in the groups that you're active in. And it really only takes a couple of seconds. Bearing in mind, you've got 150 characters. You can't go over that 150 character mark. So make sure that you're using those words wisely along the way. Okay, what's the other thing that we've got? Okay, Reels have come to Facebook. Another way that we can repurpose our content. We've been creating YouTube Shorts. We've been creating Facebook Reels. You've got the opportunity to be able to create Reels on Facebook. They are available in both business profiles and personal profiles. Now, Facebook are bringing out this new creator profile for people who have got maybe a little bit more reach, and that's coming out over the next little while. So, they sort of seem to be pushing the videos from the personal profile more than the business profile. So Reels are here. And if you've been doing your short form videos, the action step that I give you today for Reels is to go and look at what's worked in Instagram or TikTok or wherever you've been doing the short form and look at whether you can repurpose it and start to drip it out over a period. Now, I believe on the pages, we haven't done it too much. We haven't tried yet because we're testing everything live. I believe on pages you can actually schedule some of those Reels. Remember, Reels are 60 seconds. We don't have the longer form content on Facebook or Instagram yet. We are looking at 60-second intervals when we're putting our Reel content out. But it's here. It's a way to redistribute your stuff. And if you made really good evergreen-based short form video content, then you can get that short form content in front of your audience in a different platform today. How cool would that be? Okie dokie. The next one. Profile videos. Talking about videos, profile videos have been removed. Yeah, see, I told you to get notepad and paper. I've got the list here in front of me. Profile videos have been removed. So if you used to use a video, a little happy little GIF or something like that, where you were waving and talking to people in a profile video, they've been removed for the moment. Don't know if they're completely gone. There's words saying that they might come back, but if you were using a profile video, it's most probably moved to still a bit the same when Facebook took away cover videos on business pages. So just go and have a quick look and see whether your video looks right or whether you need to replace a photo from there. Introduced last week was commerce ratings on stores. So when you go to your commerce account, you can go and see what the health of your commerce listings are. So that means, did you list anything incorrect and what you need to do to rectify it. This health rating for those who are selling physical product and using e-commerce is going to become huge when you want to run ads, when you want to, boost product, or you want to see your product seen in places like Marketplace or access new selling features. So go and make sure that you are looking at the commerce health on your Facebook page. So just go into Creator Studio or Business Manager and have a look at your commerce account and see what it is and how your commerce is rating. I think this has got a bit to do too with the fact that, other people have been affected by previous admins. So they're actually looking at a commerce by store base at the moment. The other one thing that's rolling out, and I even heard it happen on my local radio station this morning, is navigation on Facebook on desktop is changing for some users. The way we used to look at you using Facebook, it's changed and it's rolled out and it's hit some people and not everyone else. So if you're logging into Facebook going, what the hell's happened? You must be in that navigation trial that's coming out. I haven't got it, so I can't show it to you, but it seems to be there's less of a home button and they're moving stuff more down the side and down the menu bar from there. So it's rolling out. It's been testing. Whether it stays or it goes, we don't know, but it is part of what's happening in there at the moment. Facebook has also rolled out a new series of tools for us with Facebook groups. For those of you with Facebook groups, you can now add a QR code to your Facebook group. You can decline post dumps, as I call them, with nothing that's got any text in it. You can decline, you can suspend a member, and suspending a member goes a bit further than muting a member. It stops them taking any form of activity within the group, joining rooms, doing anything like that, and just gives you a chance to admin and go through that process. And that's a really handy tool. And in those tools that they've brought out, it's basically to help us run a better community. And the key things that I think are really important is we can add QR codes. We can moderate by doing a suspension. So we can restrict people, on how long they've had a Facebook account as well. We can proactively prevent comments we don't want showing up rather than deleting them after the fact. We can also reduce promotional content by just declining posts with specific links. I'm not particularly worried about that. And you can look at there's a moderation area called conflict alerts that you can now set up as well. And that's a new mod area that's popping in. There is so many new features coming out for groups with Facebook's features of moving communities forward. So if you're running a group, go and have a look at the article that I just popped up there. Business pages now can also cross-post a group. So if you're in your Business Manager or Creator Studio and you're creating a post and you want it out on your Facebook page, it can go to the group at the same time and it will become a share from that Facebook page. And that's awesome because it's helping you boost your reach, it's helping you engage with people, but you don't want to make sure that you overuse it and you spam throughout that process. So that's a really handy one as well from there. Couple of tips for those of you who might have been hitting some Facebook glitches when Facebook bring out new changes. Glitches happen. 1, log out, clear your cache. Number 2, if you're on mobile like I was last week and all I did was crash, and it's done a couple of times this month, there is an app, Facebook app for Facebook called Facebook Lite, which strips down some of the heavy listing and the heavy coding that's going on behind the scenes. So Facebook Lite is an option to help you get around those issues that might pop up, because they do, let's be honest, there's glitches in all forms of tech that might pop up and hurt you from there. So in recovering this from this point of view, if you're using profile videos, please go back and make sure that they look like an image. If you're a podcaster, add your podcast to your page. If you're a group manager, go and check out those new group settings. The ability to suspend members, decline posts, taking back some of those things that you really need to take back as business owners, to be able to go, well, hang on, this is a great way of being able to make the most of my time. The other thing is if you you've created a short form video, look at introducing Reels into your marketing plan. And really make sure that you've gone through and you've customized your bios for those Facebook groups that you have been using, because that's really going to help you out, because you're starting to be more targeted. You can add what Facebook pages you want to do. You can do all of those sorts of things. And as I said, I included the tutorial for you guys to be able to get in and help. Now, Facebook Making Changes has nicely timed with the workshop that we have running on April 4, which is Your Brand on Facebook, where we're going to deep dive into looking at the video from there. Cheryl, that's interesting. My video's frozen. Apologies for that. Might be our internet connection here today. I'm glad you can hear me. From the Facebook point of view, we're doing a Your Brand on Facebook workshop. That is April 4, and that's 2 hours. We're going to look at optimizing your brand on Facebook and helping you get better reach. So I'm going to pop this one out for you now, and then hopefully Your Brand on Facebook. And if you want to come in and work with me on that one a little bit further, we can, and we can explore some of these changes in depth and how you can make even more use of them for you and your business. Guys, thank you for joining me today. I'm glad that you've had an experience. Hopefully I didn't freeze for too much of the time, but hopefully you've got some tips and some handy things that you need to do between now and next time Facebook rolls out a series of updates. I'm going to go get some more coffee. Have a great week. Happy Tuesday, and I'll see you around.